So here in San Francisco, if I want to eat Burmese food, I can always go to a popular restaurant like Burma Superstar. It's one of the popular restaurants that put Burmese food on the map, as it were. It makes Burmese food popular among the hip, young crowd in San Francisco, the tech crowd, the people who use social media like Instagram and Twitter. So it gives Burmese food a new reputation. It spreads Burmese food's reputation among a new crowd, a new fan base. But if you ask me whether the Burmese food that I can get at Burma Superstar is authentic, it's debatable. For example, if I were to order and try Burmese tea leaf salad at Burma Superstar, you get, among other things, romaine salad and sunflower seed, two ingredients that Burmese housewife would never think about putting in their tea leaf salad. I would say that many purists and traditionalists would actually call it a sacrilegious thing to call it tea leaf salad, but in its own way it tastes very good. And also, 8,000 miles away from Burma, some of the dishes have to be transformed and reinvented or reimagined by necessity. For example, when we make mohinga at home here, very few of us would actually go through the trouble of making the real, slightly fermented kind of noodles that is required to make the real dish. Most of us would simply go to a Vietnamese grocery store and buy something that closely resemble the rice noodles that we would eat with mohinga. So the taste is somewhat different, but it still captures the original taste. What's striking about the Burmese food that I found in Chiang Mai and Mae Sot is that in terms of flavor profile and taste and texture, they closely resemble the Burmese food that I remember eating. And that's probably because the ingredients that are available to make them are available in both countries, and both countries are situated very close to each other. And besides that, also the community that demands it, the refugees and the immigrants, want that kind of homely flavor that they are familiar with, the flavor that they miss, the flavor that make them feel home. So in a way, it preserves the culinary identity of the Burmese food. However, I also believe that food, just like people, when it branches out into different cultures and different countries, has to adapt, has to adjust, has to innovate, and has to reinvent itself. Because things that fail to evolve tends to wither and fade away, just as immigrants that fail to integrate tends to have a much harder time succeeding in a new country. This brings me back to Ono Khao Soi in Burma and Khao Soi in Chiang Mai. From the point of view of the Chinese Muslim traders in Yunnan, neither of these dishes are authentic to its original form. Yet, in its own unique recognizable form, it is authentic to the Burmese and the Thai people. When a dish is recreated overseas, away from its original source, what do we really mean when we say something is authentic? And it brings to question whether we can really call something truly authentic at all, because after all, many of the dishes that we love and cherish probably came from somewhere else, quite possibly a corruption of something that eventually becomes a new classic.